as usual, I've been waiting on parts, and the parts have just arrived, so let's have a quick look at what we've got. So we've got these ferrites here, which somehow undo. That's the hinge. That's it. There we go. So these are the ones for the microphone. I've got 4 of those. And then these ones, these are the bigger ones with the bigger diameter inside here, just the big brother of these. These are for my RG8 coax. They've got a 10mm diameter inside, so I'm not doing those at the moment. Let's concentrate on the microphone. Now, the microphone in use that I want to use is my Zetagi MB+4. I've just picked this up to bring it in here, and the neck, I don't know if that's coming out of video, the neck's all loose. I mean, that was a brand spanking new mic. It's had very little use, so I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to break in to the bottom here before we go anywhere, and see if I can tighten up the neck. I'm assuming it's on a screw, but I've never known the neck of a microphone to come loose before. If any of you have got one of these Zetagis, have you had the same problem with the mic arm going loose? Maybe it's a common fault, I don't know, but it hasn't had a lot of use. And I've never been inside this before, so I'm not really sure what we're going to be greeted with. There we go. Yeah, there's 2 screws. I don't know if you can see them in there. Hang on. So here and here. So let me. Oh, I know this is on the RFI, but are these loose? Yes, they are. Very loose. I'll have to put some thread lock on those. Yeah, that's rock solid now. How weird. Right, oh, the battery's falling out. Come out of its holder. Is it going like that? I don't know. Cable's falling. There's no grommet. There's actually no grommet where that cable goes through the back there. Cheapskates. Right. Come on. Back you go. Right. Can't believe they haven't put a grommet there. Utter cheapskates. I'll just get one screw in and hold it in. Right. So, I'm not sure if this fitting of these ferrites is going to work. I didn't go out and get the ground rod in the end, which is a bit tall when putting these screws in. I found all the ground rod. The first one I looked at was about £100 for the whole kit, which I thought was a bit expensive. So I shopped around again and got sort of the same sort of kit from another place. It works out about 45–50 quid. So if these ferrites don't work, that will be my next port of call. I'm also going to move my power supply away from the radio. I've already got ferrites on the power cable, I believe. I don't know whether that's on the radio or somewhere else. Oh yeah, look, that's solid now. Absolutely not going anywhere. Right, anyway, let's get back to our main purpose of the video today. So, I worked it out. I should be able to get 4 ferrites down this cable. Oh, look at that. That's not bad, is it? I'm going to go overkill because I just want to make sure this works. So let's clamp the first one on. That's the first one on. How do these open again? That's it. Two. See, all the tests I've done when I've done my modulation and everything have all been without transmitting on the radio. They've all been on bench test equipment. And the modulation curve and everything like that always looks spot on for the radio. That's why I'm wondering if it is just that. I don't know. Well, this should hopefully tell us. God, Jesus. Right, and then the last one in here. Well, that's not a bad set of calculations, is it? There's my white lead. I've still got a little stub left. But that, if we are getting any RFI going down the microphone, should be good. So that's the first thing done. Actually, maybe I should have moved away and allowed myself to have a bit of a bend on the mic. Let's do that. I'll go a bit further down that end. God, what a faff. No, I would have put one on round the wrong way, wouldn't I? Right, so there, or do I want them right at the end? Right, hang on, I'm going to just move them all back again. Right, I'm back. Okay, so I've put them all back. So that's the first thing done. That's the microphone now, fully ferrited. I've probably gone OTT, but I'd rather go OTT than not. So let's go up and do the cable. So I've moved off into the shack now. I've just tried one of the new ferrites on here. And they do clip round, which is good. But I've just found that I've also got these three on here. A bit away from this connection. So what I'm going to do, I've got these secured on with cable ties and they're not very... Whereas these ones are really tight. So I'm going to take these off. There's a cable tie there I've got to snip. And one down there. And then put the new ones on and see if that's any better. Hold on. I'm wondering now whether, because these were quite floppy, whether they were actually doing anything. So I had ferrites on there. I'm not sure these were the right ones. So anyway, I'll change them out, put the new ones on, and then we can see. I don't know how close to go on the. I'd like to go really close. In fact, I think I'm going to. Let's take that one back off. Come on, that's it. Right, and we'll get that one as really close as we can. God, everything's falling down. Right. Next one right against it. Push right up. Yeah, so I'm wondering if because they weren't tightly wrapped round, they may have been completely ineffective. So similar to the microphone, that's now my new cable, and then I can screw on there. So I'll keep these ferrites for some other application yet, I'm not quite sure what. Right, now, if I swing you round, there's normally where the base station is. There's my massive power supply. I want to move that potentially over here, right out the way. Or even over there, just so it's not sitting next to the radio directly. Plus I'm going to look at the power cable on here and see if I've got any ferrites on it. If I haven't, I'll either order some more, which I probably will have to, and see whether the power lead's got some on. So let me drag this out and we'll see what the power lead's got on it. Yeah, there are a couple on the back. I'll leave them on there. I suppose that's 5 or 6 mil. I don't think I've got any others, which is annoying. But yeah, we should be good with a couple on there. Right, let's move this power supply, see what we can come up with. So I fired it up, a couple of boys on channel 10, nothing on the upper one. Trying to remember how to work the thing. I've set it all up, but I don't know. Knob's a bit dirty where we ain't used it for a while. That's better. Right, we'll leave it there because the time at the moment is 6:28 AM. As you can see there, on a Sunday. So, I'm going to head inside now, have some breakfast, get the day out, and I'll pop back out a bit later when there's more people on.